This is my second go around. It doesn't sound like much, but when you're the one doing it and you're starting and then you keep getting interrupted, and you have to start over, it, like, I don't know, it flusters you because you've already said some stuff and it's like, so irritating. I like to just start, say what I'm going to say, turn it off, and then be done. So anyways, what I was talking about was something was weird about time. So I got up this morning and I don't know, there's just something that weird that goes on at night. I swear, even if it sounds crazy, there's something weird. And it's with time. And so then when I got up this morning, I came out and I went to the door to let Stella out, and I looked over and I was positive it said 4:45. And so I let her out and I walked back in and I got some socks because it's freezing. And then I came back out, and when I did, I looked at the other clock and it said 4:15. I was like, what? And so then I went to get my phone. I was like, I got to get a picture of this because why does it say 4:15 here and 4:45 there? And so then I went in to look at the other one and it said 4:15. I was like, what? Because 4:15 on a digital, how do you, a 4 and a 1 doesn't look anything alike. Like I can't see good, but I can see from here, even blurred out. It says 6:57, like, and that says 6:57. So I don't know. I mean, I was not that far away from it to not see the numbers right. There's just something weird. But I keep feeling like this. I keep feeling like there's something weird with time. There's something weird with space. There's something weird like going from place to place, from thing to thing. I feel totally like disjointed. Like I totally feel like I recognize how everything is not linked like we think it's linked. Like something, but I think it's just part of my own consciousness waking up to certain things about this reality. But it is, it's strange. It's really strange. And you have to kind of just let go of things because it does start making you feel kind of crazy. You know, it feels kind of strange, but, you know, this is where probably a lot of people who are schizophrenic live. And then, you know, society says, oh, you're crazy. But when you start releasing so much of this reality, the other reality is, it's way different than this reality. But I know it all has to do with how much we focus. It's our focus on this reality that makes it so real. As soon as you start releasing your grasp on reality, it's so funny, some of these words, some of the things that, like I've heard some of this stuff before, like, you've got no grasp on reality. And it's like, that's what you want to have, no grasp on reality. Reality, I just got a message from the group message from my brother. I'll have to see what that says. Now they'll start being like a whole bunch, and I'll keep looking over and look over, like, is there something bad happening? But he must be alive. So anyways, so one of the things is yesterday, they had said that we were going to have this big thunderstorm. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to drive that one day, because it was the only day that supposedly was dry, even though I still went through some different showers and stuff like that. It was supposed to be dry that day, and then the next day was supposed to be thunderstorms. And so it didn't do thunderstorms. It was just kind of, bland, just like every other day, just white sky, and then some like blue, and then rain, and then it just is, I don't even know. How would we even know, like, if a day is really like way longer, a night's really way longer? They just tell us these things about time and space and stuff, and we believe it. And I don't know, there's something strange about it. So with the weather, then yesterday I was sitting here, it was last night, and I started hearing a lot of loud crashing. So I went out on the porch and I started listening, And it was getting the birds and stuff were like freaking out. And there's this one dead tree back here that the top has been cut off. So I don't know if it was like in a windstorm that broke half of it or something. But it has, I don't know how hollow it is because it's still super tall. But there's always woodpecker on there. And so yesterday it was like all this drama going. And I saw the woodpecker came down right next to me. It was totally trippy. And he's sitting there looking at me. Then he just goes walking over, walking up. And I was like, okay, animals are acting weird as fuck. And so then it went up and I couldn't tell what it is. There's something nesting in here and they started fighting, but there just became this huge fight that started going on in this tree. And there was so much noise, but it didn't sound like baby chicks getting killed. So I was like, what is going on? This is so weird. And I was thinking, whatever they're doing something with that is irritating the animals so much. And I keep noticing it. Oh, the other weird thing too was while I was driving, and I had seen the dead deer. Well, it wasn't dead. It was just got hit. It was horrible. And, but a coyote, I'm assuming it looked like a fox, but it must have been a coyote, just came running out and ran across the road in front of me too, right in the middle of the day. It was not dusk or early morning or anything. It was like the hottest part of the day and the coyote was out running around. I was like, that's weird. Because usually they come out like they're more like cats, I think. I think they're more nocturnal. And that was always the horrible part at night because when you live out in the country, then the nighttime, all the coyotes come out and they do these screams and shrieks. And when they get some kill, they start like, woo, they get so excited. It's horrible sounding because something's being murdered and slaughtered and you're sitting there listening. So that was strange when it just ran across. But so all of those birds and it was just super loud, like everything was going crazy. And so I stood out there with my phone because I knew it was going to have another thunder. But it was so unnatural. It was like a long gap. Then another thunder. It didn't start or stop like natural thunder. I kept listening and listening because I was like, okay, it sounds like something loading and triggering. Like you hear this sound like something being loaded. I don't know how else to explain it. It sounds like something loaded, put in or something, and then it would explode out. And it would make all of this crashing or this thunder sound. But then it wouldn't even peter off. It was completely, there was nothing natural. I kept doing it. And it would be long gap, and then it would do it again, and long gap, and then do it again, and then just suddenly stopped. And then I think an hour later, there was a one little tiny one or something. And I thought, I think they're trying to get a storm started. Or when it very first started, I thought, maybe we're about to have a showdown in the air because of military planes. And one of the times one goes over, and this was happening the last time too, we had thunder. One would go over, and then you'd hear this thunder. So, I don't know. There's just weird things that just don't make any sense. And, I just say we just got to keep paying attention. And I think that they are so much turning up, whatever they're doing with the poisons and stuff like that. And this morning when I got up, I was feeling really good. I was like, oh man, I can move my arm. It's not pulling on the back of my head and my neck. Oh, maybe the muscle now, it's relaxed. And I felt really good. And so I started doing stuff. I could put my clothes on. I could move my head without any problem. And then I sat down in the chair and it did it again. I went right back into a spasm. So maybe it's just this chair too is part of the problem. Because it's just old and worn out, but I really like it. So I don't know. I think once I get the muscle to relax fully, it will be better. Man, there's one message after another. It keeps being from him. It's so strange. I'll have to go and read it. And so, I guess I could go read it now and then come back. I don't know. He's still sending some, I think. I wish I did send him a message yesterday and told him, that there's healing machines out there. I would sure be giving him a try. If I had a tumor, like I mean, I want to get over there. I don't have enough money to just zip out to California right now and pay for the thing, but he could. And he probably has some way nearer him, because there's not as many over here in this area where I'm at, in this corner of the U.S., but there's more in other places. So, I don't know. I think he could go and at least give it a try. So, I guess I'll go see what they were saying, and then I'll come back, because there was some more stuff I wanted to talk about, so I'll be right back.